Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. This is our second challenge for tabs and indents. So in this challenge, it's a little bit more involved than some of our other ones, and that's good because that means we have a chance to learn something new. So what we have is we open up our practice document right here, and in our practice document, always make sure that when you first open this, you click on Enable Editing, or else you won't be able to edit your document. Now, what we want to do is, it tells us that it wants us to use the Tab key to indent the first 3 lines, as you see here. So we're going to do that here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my my cursor right there, or my insertion point, I should say. And we're going to press Tab, and that goes ahead and gives us a 1/2 inch tab. I'm going to click here, right at that point. Tab again to give us that 1/2 inch tab, and click before E. Press Tab, and that gives us our 1/2 inch tab. Okay, so now we have something that's very similar to what we see here. It should be the same actually. Okay, so it says when you're finished, the page should look like this, and it does. So now what we're going to do is, it says scroll to page 2. Now, when you look at this, you may not even realize there's a page 2, but this space on the side underneath our scroll bar tells us that there's more information underneath. So we're going to scroll down, and there we are. We're at page 2. Now it says it wants us to select all of the text beneath training and education on page 2. Okay, so if we look on this document here, we have our training and education section down here. So everything underneath the training and education section, I'm going to go ahead and select that by left clicking and highlighting. So left click, hold it down, and drag it over all that stuff. Okay. Now it tells us to place a right tab at the 6 inch mark. Okay, so if we see here, this is our 6 inch mark right here, and we need to do the right tab. So remember in our lesson, this is our custom tab stops. So right now it's on left tab. So if we click it again, that goes to center tab. We click it again, goes to right tab. So that's the one we want. We have the text highlighted that we want this to apply to. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this 6. See that? It puts this little L symbol. Remember, if you want to take it off, you just click and drag down, and it disappears. These are little testy. So what you got to do is move your mouse pointer to kind of like where you see where my mouse is below the 6, kind of like right at the bottom. Then click there, and then it'll put it right there at that 6. Okay. So now what we want to do is, you'll see here what they did is, and then we press the Tab key. So once we've highlighted that, then we can click here again, right? We put our insertion point right below the right next to where it says 2008 right there. You see right here, there's a little cursor that's blinking. Now if I press Tab, that jumps all the way to this right tab that we have here. You see that? It aligns it to that right tab. And I'm going to do the same thing for right here. I'm going to press Tab again. That puts us to that right tab again. And I'm going to do it one more time. And that puts us to that right tab. Okay? So that's how we do that. And remember, the right tab is the one that has the like a backwards L kind of thing. So so now what we want to do is telling us to select each job description under the experience section and move the left indent to the 0.25 mark. Okay, so remember that this is going to be, see if you hover over it, it'll even tell you. That's your first line indent. This is, come on, hanging indent. And the little square underneath there, gosh, come on. That's your left indent. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and highlight all this. The description of that, the job description under experience. So these are the names of the job, and this is, you know, when you work there, but this is the description, right? So remember, you can either highlight each one individually, or you can do it how we mentioned before by holding down the control key and just keeping that held down, and then you can click on the next one and drag over that area, and then click on the next one. As long as you have that control key held down, you can just keep on you know, dragging over that additional areas. So now all we have to do is click on our left indent area, left click and drag it to 0.25. You see that? Now all this text that was highlighted has moved to that 0.25 marker. Okay, so that's what we have. Now you can click off of there to deselect that area, and it says when you're done, page 2 should look something like this. So we want to make sure that everything looks right. We have our indent here. We have our tab stop that we applied, where it's giving us these, aligning everything to that right tab stop. So we did everything there. And oh yes, and just to remind you, if you're on the Home tab, there's this little icon here that can show you each thing that you did. You see, these are the indicators for tabs. This typically means it's like you press return. It's a new, new like a little paragraph thing here. And then these little dots are your spaces. What else do we have? So each time you press return or enter and create a new line, it gives you this little thing there. So you can turn those on or off with this little icon here. So in case you want to see exactly what you're doing with your tabs or what's going on in that document, you can just click on that and see that there. Okay, well, that's all there is for this week. Next week, if we don't finish everything, we might have to do this one next week, but we'll see how we do on time. And see you next week.